pagdating sa multiplication principle, pinapasimple natin siya. Wherein, we simply multiply the number of skirt options, the number of blouse options, and the number of sweater option, which you're just going to multiply them with each other. So that will give you a 16 total possible outfits of where Diane can choose her outfit with. Okay? So next, we have the factorial notation. So, when we talk about the factorial notation, it comes in handy when you are arranging objects. So, it is used upon arranging objects. So, you have to consider the following scenario that you should use this notation. So, we define the factorial of a number as the product of consecutive descending natural numbers and represented it by a punctuation mark. So, every time you see if 4, the factorial of 4 or 4 factorial, so with this symbol, okay, it is not read as 4 or yung 4 na pagalit, but it is read as 4 factorial, which means you have to multiply 4 times 3 times 2 and times 1. So 4 factorial will be equal to 24. Because 4 times 3 is 12 times 2 is 24 times 1 is 24. Similarly, kapag sinabi natin factorial, the factorial of 7 or 7 factorial will be equal to 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, every time you see the factorial, sabihin, aabot ka lagi ng hanggang 1. But, similarly, we can find the factorials of all the positive integers. So, in the factorial notation, we define the factorial of 0 to be 1. So, 0 factorial is always equal to 1. So, by convention, 0 factorial is equal to 1. So, next, we also have the permutation and combination. So, for permutation and combination, it states that these are the various ways in which objects from a set may be selected, generally without replacement, to form subsets. So, ano ibig sabihin natin dyan? Inahanap natin yung all possible outcomes or subsets na pwedeng meron ang isang bagay. So, halimbawa, we have the letters A, B, C, D, and E. So, kung we have 5 letters, tapos 2 letters will be selected at a time, then how many orders can you have? So, in permutation, we can list down all the possible outcomes that we have. So, we have this AB, BA, AC, CA, AD. Next, we have DA, AE, EA, BC, CB. We also have BD, DB, BE, EB, CD, DC, CE, EC, DE, and ED. So in short, in permutation, we have 20 possible outcomes. While when we are in combination, yung 20 possible outcome kay permutation, pagdating kay combination, pinag-iisa natin. So, sinasabi natin si AB at si BA is counted as 1. Si AC at si CA is counted as 1. Si AD at si DA is counted as 1. Si AE at si EA, 1. Si BC at si CB, 1. si BD at si DB, another one, si BE, and another one. So, in short, the position of the letters is not important. So, that's what you need to remember when you encounter permutation and combination. So, in permutation, the place or the order of the outcome is important, while in combination, it is we disregard the importance of the order. As long as it contains both subsets, then it is counted as one. So, going back with permutation, each of the 20 different possible selections is called the permutation. Okay, so the permutation of AB, permutation of BA. So, it is particularly that they are called permutation of the 5 objects taken 2 at a time. So, if you will have problems regarding permutation, you can say that the letters A, B, C, D, and E are objects taken where they can take 2 at a time. So, and the number of such permutation possible is denoted by the symbol 5p2, read as 5 permute 2. So, in general, if there are n objects, sabihin ng n objects, yung total possible outcomes na meron by the problem. So, na kung saan yun yung mga available na pwede mong pagpilian, and you are using permutation using K, or si K yung kung ilang yung kukunin mo per time. So, on this case, we have 5p2, where n is the number of objects of A, B, C, D, E, and 2 is because we are taking 2 letters at a time. So, 5 permute 2. So, in symbol, it is n permute k. So, for the formula, for the permutation, we have the n factorial over n minus k factorial. So, instead of listing down, we can use this formula. So, ganyan, we have 5, di ba? 5p2. So, we have 5 factorial over 5 minus 2 factorial. So, we have 5 times 4 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 5 minus 2 is 3. So, we have 3 times 2 times 1. So, we can cancel out 3 times 2 times 1. And 5 times 2 is 20. Wherein on the example earlier, you see that the permutation of the 5 letters taken 2 at a time is 20. While, on the next, we're in combination, di ba? It is read as n choose k. So, sabihin, yung order is not important. So, n choose k is equal to n factorial over k factorial times n minus k factorial. So, instead of listing it down, you can simply use the formula wherein n is 5, choose 2 at a time. So, you have 5 factorial over 2 factorial times 5 minus 2 factorial. So, upon solving this, you have 5 factorial over 2 factorial times 3 factorial. Wherein, di ba, nung sa permutation kanina, we have 20 over 2 factorial. So, itong portion na to is already 20 divided by 2, so we have 10. So, for a larger number of combinations that we have, you can simply use this formula. N choose k is equal to n factorial over k factorial times n minus k factorial. So, that is all for the fundamentals principle of counting. So, see you on the next video where we will be talking about permutation, uh, probability pala, sorry. So, we will be talking about probability and attend the class on MS Teams meetings because instead of explaining, I will be giving examples for you to better understand the problems for fundamentals principle of counting. So if you don't attend the class, then it could cause you some problems. So that's all for today. Thank you.